Kayla Nicole has had a lot of attention over the years. Some good, some bad. But if there's one thing about her, she knows how to stay in the headlines. And recently, she's come under a lot of pressure between a back and forth interaction that she's essentially had with Taylor Swift, her ex-boyfriend's now fiance. And while she called herself moving on from the controversy by putting a punctuation on their silent feud with her recent costume, the Swifties are not letting up and they continue to apply pressure. In fact, the pressure got so heavy, Kayla Nicole deleted her account. The Swifties ran her off of X, formerly known as Twitter, and it all happened when they started reposting old tweets of Kayla Nicole that were questionable and highly offensive. So let's take a look. Now I turn your attention to the most recent controversy, a resurfaced tweet from Kayla Nicole that many of the Swifties and even some other Black women are really using to criticize Kayla Nicole. And it all started from a now deleted tweet where Kayla Nicole said, "Protect Black women and respect Black women." Now, this tweet on its own, isn't really anything controversial. These are things that we've heard for years now. But the Swifties didn't waste time completely challenging her and really roasting her on her ideas. Around that time, another tweet resurfaced where she basically went on to say that men in relationships are the best kind of men because it's competition. So she's basically advocating for cheating. See, the problem is Kayla Nicole actually has a long history of insulting literally everybody. Asians, Mexicans, Black men, Black women, white women, the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, she's pretty much insulted every group except white men. And the Swifties were quick to call her out on it. Some people saw her Protect Black Women tweet as very hypocritical. There were many people who were criticizing her for dancing with Chris Brown, someone who has a previous history of DV and even a reputation for being colorist against other Black women. And Teyana Taylor did not waste time reminding Kayla Nicole that she disrespected her by allegedly cheating with Teyana Taylor's ex-husband when they were married, by the way. But that's not all. The Swifties were pulling up all kinds of old tweets that were racist, misogynistic, and just all out offensive. And here's a quick breakdown of some of the most popular tweets that have since been deleted, but have made its round on the internet and have essentially put Kayla Nicole under a ton of scrutiny. So there's this tweet that obviously shows that she's been, celebrating white guys for quite some time. Now, obviously she had to throw Black men under the bus while doing so, but honestly, that is standard operating procedure for mini swirlers. This one that shows that there's just something special about white men. Like, as I mentioned before, she doesn't really have a ton of negative things to say about white men, at least from what I've observed. But when it comes to Black men dating out, now, that's hurtful. And let's not forget what she had to say about Black folks. Honestly, it seems as if she is a Republican based upon some of her other tweets. And that doesn't really seem consistent with her current brand, which seeks to, build relationship and alliance with other Black women who are overwhelmingly Democratic and overwhelmingly support the LGBTQ plus community. She also had some tweets where she said questionable things about Mexican people and openly insulted Asians, Indians, and the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, saying all kinds of disparaging words. So needless to say, she made a lot of enemies with her old resurfaced post. And the one that caught the attention of most people was the one where she talked about how good it was to basically snag a man who was in a relationship. That definitely had people raising their eyebrows in light of the Tiana Taylor situation, and even in light of the whole situation between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. On top of that, some of the Swifties were looking at burner accounts and finding accounts that they believe are her, where she's posting as somebody else but is speaking for herself. And y'all, it's obvious the Swifties have basically declared a Cold War. So after all of the pressure, she has deactivated her account, and we'll see how long that lasts. But here's a couple of things about this situation that are really worth noting. I'm not the biggest fan of judging people for things that they said 10, 15 years ago, because I understand that people grow, they change, they make mistakes. And, that's all of us on some level. So I always like to create space for people to be able to evolve and, learn better, do better, think better, and even apologize. But something that I've noticed that many women and many Black women struggle with is the ability to be accountable. And again, I'm not saying that this is all, but it's very common to see Black women when they are caught in either lies or hypocrisy or just overall questioned on behavior that is less than desirable, instead of fessing up to it or acknowledging it or owning it or simply saying, hey, I was wrong, I shouldn't have said that, or I've changed positions, or I've learned something new. Like, instead of acknowledging that, they will try to hide or deflect, or in her case, completely deactivate the account. See, for me, this could have been an opportunity for her to share how she has changed or evolved. This could have been an opportunity for her to apologize. This could have been an opportunity for her to say, you know what? I need to do better, whatever. Like, it didn't have to devolve in the way that it did. But I think what made it so questionable was the fact that as these people were pulling up tweets and things that she said, instead of acknowledging it, or at least trying to provide context, or just simply apologize, she was trying to hide it. That always makes us look more guilty. And here's another thing that I think that is worth noting. Sometimes I think some ladies can get so into the attention, they can fall so much in love with getting the attention or getting the clicks or the views or getting whatever's going to get the eyeballs on them in the moment, that they lose track of who they actually are. They lose track of their actual values. And the thing about Kayla Nicole's tweets that were resurfaced is that it seems like she was all over the place. In one moment, seems like she's Republican. In another moment, she's pro-Black women, Black girl magic. In another moment, she's, swirling. But in another moment, she's castigating Black men, and she's mad at Black men who swirl. Then she's, making fun of Indians and making fun of Asians and insulting the Hispanic community and poking fun at gays. Like, she's all over the place. And so it's really hard to get a real read on a person. And I think sometimes it can be really easy for ladies, particularly in the limelight, particularly those who are very much in the social space. It can be easy sometimes to get kind of pulled into trends and lose a sense of like your authentic self. And I think anytime somebody has a public platform or somebody is in the public eye, I think it is so important to be as authentic as possible, because when you're authentic and when you're who you are, then you don't have to go and backtrack 5, 10, 15 years ago and try to like smudge, right? Or try to basically cover over the things that you've said. So to me, this is just another reminder of the importance of just being your true self, not getting caught up in the trends or not being so into trying to get attention at any cost, because if that ends up being the goal, then at a certain point, it can really start to create a negative track record. And then more importantly, like, we all make mistakes. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, but I also think it's equally as important to learn how to be accountable, to fess up to those things, to own those things, or to at least engage in a conversation. At least that's the way that I look at it. Because if you don't know how to do that, especially as a woman, God forbid you're in the limelight, then you have to learn these lessons in the public eye. And that just makes it a little bit more difficult. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.